So I remember having this feeling. Uh, our second apartment, which Value View was the first apartment at Towson, and it lived in a place called Donnybrook, which was like a 5 minute walk. Um, but I remember having these visions that I was gonna get hurt somehow. Um, and unfortunately, that held true. But not before 9/11 happened. So I remember that very vividly. Coming home from practice, we practiced in the morning, and Mom and I turned on CNN because it was kind of a routine then, and I could go on and on, but basically there was massive confusion. People initially thought a uh, small passenger plane had crashed into one of the towers. Um, what I remember watching this live on CNN when they're like, "What the heck's going on?" Like, "Oh my gosh, suddenly they crashed the plane into the towers." You know the rest. um, David and infamy. Um, but more importantly, personally, um, I was having a fantastic year in hockey. And the season had just started. I was a sophomore, and I was one of the assistant captains on the team. And I had like 14 points and 8 games as a defenseman. It's just really kicking butt against the ACHA. And then we were playing Penn State, home and home, playing Penn State, and I remember scoring a goal that got called back. I was so pissed because it was, well, they set it out of offsides, but it clearly smoked the goalie from the blue line. And shortly thereafter, I was probably playing to it, pissed. A guy and I collided, and long story short, it fractured my sternum. I won't go into all the details. Mom can fill you in, but um, it was quite a night because we didn't realize how hurt I was, and if it wasn't for Mom insisting on calling 911, I probably would have died that night. Um, Mom called 911. I was mad. The paramedics came and were like, "Well, first of all, you've collapsed lung, so we're taking you in." I said, "Whatever, just don't take me to GBMC." It was the hospital that had turned me away, and I don't want to belabor the point, but they told me I was fine, it's just a bruise. Anyway, um, that was a big event because they had to do open heart surgery for basically bleeding around my heart to stop the bleeding. Um, Long story short, it didn't work the first time. Then to go into a repeat surgery a second time to finally fix me. Um, I had to take like a year off from hockey. I couldn't even lift a gallon of milk for 3 or 4 months. Um, but eventually made back and played in another semester of hockey just to know that I could. But my heart really wasn't in it anymore. And that's why I started to look to other options of becoming an adult. And I'll continue that in a moment.